Hey guys, Kev here, and I want to do my full review on the Hinderer Knives XM-18 3-inch Warncliffe here with the flipper tab. This is another knife loaned in by my buddy Joe, local buddy. Absolutely love Joe, and we did a collection dive. Backpack B, Brent and I did a backpack. We did a collection dive at Joe's, and this was one of the knives he loaned me after, along with the Shirogorov F3NS. And this is a really cool knife. I was at the collection dive, and I was like, just digging on this. I'm not a big Hinderer guy at all. I kind of don't like Hinderer, don't understand the hype and all. But this 3-inch is just really good. It fits my hand really well. I wish it didn't have a flipper. It'd be even better. So if anybody has a 3-inch drop point, slicer, whatever, with a non-flipper and a choil, I'm in on that. Let me know. But even with the flipper, it's okay, right? There are some issues there. But let's get into it. So aesthetically, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of the Warncliffe blade shape on this one. Or in general, really. Like, I do have a lot of Warnies and like them, but some Warnies are just ugly. Like, this is ugly as fuck. You know, it's just fugly. Not a fan of the look, but it's okay, right? Obviously, utility, it's good. It's got a good mirror edge on it. You got this black G10 scale, and you have the I guess worker finish, I think, on the lock side there. This is a tri-way version, so it's a little bit newer. This one's in 20 CV as well, so there's your specs. So aesthetically, it's okay. You know, I'm not a big fan of the G10 side. I don't like knives that have different scales on different sides. It's just something, it's like a pet peeve of mine. Ergonomics, it's okay in this back grip. I can kind of get a full grip, just barely. But then when you get into this choil, man, it is absolute money. Just feels fantastic. Again, I wish that flipper tab wasn't there, but it is. But it's still really, really comfortable. I've really enjoyed carrying and handling this knife. There's no jimping up on the blade, but there is some back here. So if you hold it back here, you get a little bit. Up here, not really, but you don't need it. It's got nice spine, just feels good. So cutting. The cutting on this thing is phenomenal. You have a saber grind with an absolutely beautiful edge from Joe, but I cut some shipping labels out with this, cut some very minor cardboard. Again, not my knife, $400+ knife. I'm gonna be careful, but paper, cardboard, and specifically the pinch grip for the shipping labels is amazing. I climb up, I get right up here on this hump, and then I have perfect control of that tip. And I'm a just the tip guy, you know what I'm saying? That's what I am with a knife. I just use the tip a lot. So I absolutely love the cutting with this. I can't speak to, you know, how thin the edge is or anything like that. You know, you could watch other reviews for that. I think it's a very serviceable EDC knife. And for what I do, it's awesome. Carry. So it's got the Hinderer clip. It's obviously not deep carry. You got a bit sticking out, but it's lightweight enough for a 3-inch blade. And I thought it carried relatively well. I carried it in my back left pocket. It never bothered me or anything. It never shifted. It's not a brick. It's not too thick. Like, all around, it's just a good carry. Like, it really is. So no complaints on carry. Sounds. Sounds are good. I give it like a 7 out of 10. It has a nice little click on the way out and a nice close. I really enjoy the acoustics. It's not like special, but it's definitely unique. At least it sounds like a Hinderer in my opinion, which I like. I've always liked the sound of them. This one's on bearings, by the way. It is tri-way, but I don't know why they do that, because nobody does anything but bearings usually. It is a little bit loose, but I couldn't tighten it because you need like a spanner bit on this side. So I've just dealt with it. Not a huge deal. It is centered anyway. Action. So you have the witch's nose, obviously, the flipper tab back here that I don't love. It's just hooked the wrong way. It's dumb, in my opinion. It's kind of sharp. But the detent on this particular one is just dialed perfectly, so it never hurts or anything. I'm not really... Yeah, I can't fail it. So it's just good for the flipper. And then you have a reverse flick off that stud, and you have a thumb flick off that stud. All of that right-handed, left-handed, flipper tab, left-handed, reverse flick. My middle finger's fucked up right now, so pardon me a little bit here. And you get the thumb flick, left-handed as well. Very much enjoy it. That's the reason why I wouldn't mind getting one. I just would want the flipper delete. Because with this one in particular, the detent is dialed well enough that reverse flick feels really good. It fires out of there. Very much enjoy it. And then closing, very smooth. Again, it's a little bit loose, but I'm sure even tightened down, it's pretty good. It's almost dropped shut. One little kind of smooth shake and she drops. I will say the detent is a little late on this guy, right? You have to get past that and the flipper tab gets in the way. So again, non-flipper would be ideal. So the action's good. So yeah, overall, I think it's a really cool knife. I've covered the XM-18 before, so I'm not really going into crazy detail, but this is by far the best XM-18 I've ever handled, whether right-handed, left-handed, 3.5, 3-inch. This is the best one. Feels the best in hand, makes me feel the most confident and comfortable to use the knife. I would prefer a different blade shape, and I would prefer a non-flipper. But other than that, I would love to own a 3-inch XM-18. So if that tells you anything, I'm not a Hinderer guy, but I want one. So that's it, guys. Real quick one there. Thank you again to Joe. Really appreciate you loaning this out to me, dude. It means a lot that you trust me with your knives. And I love you, buddy. And I love all of you. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic day. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this one. And I will catch you later.